Hey everyone, Serena Starlight with you. I hope everyone is doing well and fabulous today. So I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to try and get this video in because not a lot of people know about this. So if you don't know this, people's prayers over you can block your manifestations. One thing people don't think about when they're doing spells for themselves or for someone else, or they're casting on a target, whether they're doing it themselves, whether they're paying someone to do it, whether they're doing spells for themselves or on a target, whatever the case may be, if there is someone spiritually working on you, they can block your manifestations. And I don't mean just witchcraft. That can literally mean a Christian loved one praying to the Christian deity for you. I've seen it happen. I had a client, and she paid me to do a love spell. The first time I did it, I was like, I feel this person is protected. I feel some protection on this person. And I immediately felt that it was prayer. Somebody was praying over the target, praying to God. And so, I told my client, she was like, no, I don't think there's anyone in the family that's Christian that's praying over my target, my person of interest. And I was like, there is somebody, I could feel it, I could hear it, I could sense it, I could see it. And I wasn't going to keep arguing with my client, I was like, whatever, I'm telling you, somebody is. Somebody in the family, maybe you don't know they're Christian, somebody, maybe you haven't met them, whatever, there's somebody praying over your person of interest, and they're blocking my manifestations. She wouldn't listen to me. I was like, we're going to have to remove her protections, we're going to have to, remove protection for my client on her target, we're going to have to, do a cleansing on the target, a road opener, a blockbuster. And then when we do love spells on the target, we're going to have to do a road opener. She didn't want to pay for all that, given that was already a lot of money. To do all that work, that would have cost her quite a bit of money to pay me to do all that. But, I told her, do you want the best results or not? So she already paid me to do some love work. So I did it, and the target would show up for a while, and they would get close to getting back together. This was reconciliation workings. They were married, and I was trying to prevent them from divorcing, essentially. And essentially, my client wouldn't take any of my advice. She didn't believe me on the protection. I kept telling her, someone's praying over her, someone's praying over her target. She wouldn't listen. She didn't want to spend more money. Essentially, she didn't want to spend more money. Given she had the money, this was a very well-off client that I had. But whatever. So what happened? They did end up getting divorced. I was able to bring the person of interest back temporarily. But they, they ended up leaving for good. They wouldn't have if my client had took my advice and spent the money and had the work all done properly. And she also didn't listen to any of my other advice that I gave her. All my other instructions, because I gave her lots of instructions, lots of advice, and she didn't listen to me. Didn't listen to a damn thing I said. So they got divorced. That's how it goes. People don't believe that someone praying could block their manifestations. If you're casting a spell for yourself, if you've got someone praying over you constantly, that's going to be a problem. Like, I have a family member who prays for me all the time, and I can literally feel her prayers over me. And it's so annoying because I've told her multiple times, I'm like, stop praying for me. This is not my religion. This is not my spirit. Stop praying. She don't listen. She does it anyways. It's so annoying. So, road openers are something I have to do quite often. Given I have enough protection up now that there's not a lot she can do, but she, she's a prayer warrior. She prays a lot. So it is still something I can feel over me, something I can sense over me. I still like to do, I like to light a road opener candle before a spell most of the time. Because unfortunately, someone praying to a Christian God or any other deity that doesn't mesh with your craft, and for getting work on a target. Now, given praying is not a very strong form of protection. Well, it depends on what you're praying to. But a Christian, that's easy to break. Christian prayers for protection is easy to break. You can do that with just an egg and a road opener. So if you have a target and someone is praying over them, you're going to have to get a blockbuster and a road opener before the main spell. And you're going to have to get an add-on road opener to do with the main working. And you're going to have to get a simple protection breaking ritual, which is done with an egg. And it's very simple, very easy to do. So that's my advice anyways. Most people don't take my advice because they, A, don't want to spend more money, B, they don't want to do the work. So it's either A or B or both. Usually how it goes. Which I get it, things cost money. It can really add up to be a lot, but I mean, hey, if you want your results, it's just how it is, So anyways, I just want to make this video because I don't think a lot of people know this. Like I said, any form of protection that you do for yourself or someone does for you that goes against witchcraft, which can include praying, someone praying over you, it can go against your manifestations and block your manifestations, which can be a very, very big problem. Like I said, I have a family member, a loved one who prays over me constantly. I can literally feel her praying on me. I can feel the prayers over me, and I'm just like, it's so annoying because I've told this person that this is not my religion. I'm a Hecate devotee. I practice witchcraft. Like, it's annoying when people don't respect your religion and they want to force you to worship what they worship, to believe what they believe. They literally force it. Not everyone, but a lot of Christians do. They force that crap on your back, literally. And it's so annoying because I'm like, you're essentially playing with my free will. It's no different than a love spell. I mean, I appreciate you looking out for me and all, but like, I've asked you not to. That's not my path. That's not my religion. That's not my God. That's not my deity. But yet you're forcing those prayers onto me. No different than a love spell, literally. So yeah, you can ask the person to stop praying for yourself if they won't. It's something you have to kind of reject and work through. So, and it's for a target. Anyway, guys, sorry for all the rambling, but yeah, I just wanted to explain that because not a lot of people know about that. But as I was saying, if you're, spells for yourself, you can just reject the prayers, do cleansing baths, cleanse yourself, and do a road opener and a blockbuster. Now for a target, you can't tell them to take a cleansing bath, so you have to do a road opener and a blockbuster with them, and then a protection breaking, and then a road opener candle along with their main working to get that spell through to them. But yeah, guys, if you don't know that, any sort, and it don't have to be Christian prayers, like I said, any sort of spiritual practice that's being done over you and your target, that goes against witchcraft, is going to block it, delay it, or stop it altogether, or lessen the results. So yeah, if you don't know that, now you do.